Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So we will continue our Oracle Fusion Financial sessions about the accounts receivable. So in the previous sessions we have completed the account receivable certain concept, that is we have created four types of transaction, that is invoice transaction creation, manual credit memo transaction creation, automatic credit memo transaction, and the debit memo creation. So now in the today's session our first topic will be a memo lines creation, that is transaction with memo lines, or we can say that standard memo lines. This is our first topic. Okay, so here you have seen in the session when we creating the invoice, okay, when we creating the bills, okay, so when we are creating the transactions, or when we are creating the transaction from the receiver, we have seen the memo lines. When we creating a transaction, that is under the description. So under the receivables, when we were creating the transaction, let's create the transaction from the task list. We go and create a transaction. Okay, so we'll select the invoice, the business unit will be SPL, the transaction source we will give. So it say you must open the account. We have to, the instance has been changed, so we have to open the accounting period first. So there will be no bank as well, I will think so. So first we go and correct that part. First we create the first we will go account receivables on the task list, and we create manage accounting periods to open the accounting period, because the instance has been changed. So first we'll open the accounting period to September. Okay, so now let's go and create the transaction with the memo lines. So again from the task set we create a transaction, select a business unit, can select the SPL invoice, the transaction type we will create the SPL. Okay, the transaction will be automatically be taken. The payment terms, okay, so we provided the customer. Okay, the customer will be provided. So now here in the blue line you will see the memo line. Okay, if we have created the memo line, the directly the description and the memo line will be recorded automatically. The memo line is that if we are dealing with services, suppose our organization is providing services to the customers, and what type of services we are providing, we can select that from memo line. If we are providing some consultancy services, the financial services, we can select just from the memo line, and the description will automatically be taken up here. Okay, if we have created some memo line, the memo line will come up. So we were providing a service provider. As you can see, when we select the memo line, the description of service providers will pop up here. Okay, we'll just give one and we can add this. Okay, we have selected this. So then we can complete and review it. Suppose in this memo line we provide the revenue. If we select the memo line, the revenue that we have created, then the system will drive the revenue and it will take to the revenue account. As suppose we have just created the memo line of the accounts receivable here as well. Okay, if we select the memo line to the accounts receivable, same as it will take to the accounts receivable, and the system will drive the account receivable and it will take to the account receivable account. So this and it's, you can see the memo line has been created. We click cancel and you can see that the memo line has been created. So this is how the memo line transactions with the memo lines will be created. Now the next topic will be the chargeback transaction creation. Before the chargeback transaction creation, we have to see whether we have created the receipt class and methods, because the instance has been changed. So we have to look down whether the receipts has been there or not. Okay, so we'll go to a project. First project, I will go to the project and we go to the receipt class, because we are going to see this because with receipt class, we go to manage receipts class and we can see we create one receipt class that will be give manual, that will be manual, standard, it will be my matching. Okay, create receipt methods. Receipt method will be SPL check. Okay, it can be anything. Now we created the remittance bank account. Create SPL business unit, select a bank account. For the receipts of the payment, we will go to select. Okay. So the remittance bank is not coming up here. Because of certain reasons. Cancel it and we'll see. So we have to create the receipt source as well. the receipts class we will select. We can select it save and close. Okay, now here, so our next topic will be the chargeback transaction creation. So there is another another transaction creation, that is the charge back transaction. Okay, the chargeback transaction. So suppose if we are billing to a customer with $10,000, that means we are creating a transaction of $10,000 to a customer. Okay, but and a so it means that customer has to pay the receipt $10,000, but the customer is paid us $6,000. Okay, $6,000. Okay, the remaining amount of the remaining amount with the customer is comes up and requested to delay that remaining $4,000. Okay, remaining for $4,000 now. But we have to now, okay, but we can't do, because the transaction has been created. The due date is today's one, that is the when the payment is matured, but we cannot be allowed to adjust because the transaction is in the process and it is completed. So what else we have left? So it left, so we have to create a new transaction. Okay, so that uh, we can apply that remaining amount with the customer when he pays us in the later date. Okay, or and with this we can change the due date as well to the remaining amount. So we create one more transaction and we and process that with the chargeback transaction. Okay, so first of all we have to go and create receivable activity, that is the chargeback, to assign the account of the chargeback. Okay, and then we postpone the due date and we again create a system again the system will create a chargeback transaction. Okay, so let's go and create the chargeback. Okay, so first we will create a receivable activity chargeback. Okay, so first we will create receivable activity. Okay, man, we will go to the manage receivable activities and we will go and create. As you know, we have created two. We will search it down, a business unit. Go to the advanced and we'll search it a business unit and search it. As you can see that we have created earned discount and the unearned discount as well. Okay, so we have already created two, and if you see there is a chargeback if you see chargeback reversal and chargeback adjustment account. So we will select, we have to assign the GL account to this chargeback. So when we process the chargeback amount, when we process the chargeback account in the transaction, so the amount will be reflected to this account. Okay, so we click on chargeback adjustment account and we select. So GL account activity, GL account there, none, and we will select this activity GL account. We'll go and search it down to the chargeback account. So there is only one chargeback account, so we can select it. It's nothing will be difficult to come up. Then we select it and we create save and close. So the chargeback account has been created. Click save and close. Okay, so now what we will create a transaction of $10,000. That is the transaction. We go to the billing workbench and we click here and we create a transaction of $10,000. It will be a standard invoice. Description, we can give it goods 1 and $10,000. Complete and review. I can say it has been completed. Now cancel it. Now we will go and create a receipt of $6,000. Again we will go to the accounts receivable workbench. We create this, we create receipts. Now the business unit, we will select the business unit. Okay. The receipt will be the SPL. So here we will select the receipt, and after applying this after applying that, we'll come here to the SPL and we'll just adjust it. So we have changed the instance as we changed, so the receipt method will not been come up here. So we just leave this configuration for the data, and we'll see it later. So now we move to another topic, that is the reversal receipts. Okay, reversal receipts. Okay, so the reversal receipts, so let's take two cases. Let's take us two cases. Suppose case 1. Okay, we will do this practically in the next session when the application will do it correctly. So the configuration has not yet been configured properly, so we'll see it in the later session. First we will discuss about the receipts reversal. Okay, so let's take a case example. We have created a transaction of $5,000. Okay, so we have created a transaction of $5,000 and we received the $5,000. Okay, so we have recorded this transaction in the system. So when we see the when after receiving the receipt of $5,000, we will see that the account's balance will become nil, and it means that the outstanding will be 0. Okay, but now what happens, we send the check. When we receive the check from the customer, we send the check to the bank, or you can say we deposited the check to the bank, but it got bounced. So now what we have to do, because we have already recorded in the application in the system that we have received the $5,000 when we receive the check from the customer, so then we have to reverse the receipts. Reverse the receipts. Okay, we have to reverse the receipts. Okay, and we have to give the reason as well. It is not mandatory, and again that invoice of 5,000 transaction will be open up. Okay, so this type of reversal activity is known as standard receipt reversal. And now we will take again a case 2, that is the two cases. Okay, suppose the transaction, we have received all this three, received the transaction, and we have received 5,000, okay, dollars. So the outstanding will become 0. Now here again the check has been deposited, but in this case we don't want to reopen the transaction. But what else we will want? We want that we want to create a new transaction. That is when the amount will be received with a new transaction, and we can adjust this transaction with open epic. So in this way we can adjust it. So this receipt reversal is known as debit memo receipt reversal. Okay, so this is the two topics, and so here we will stop this because the instance is not worked properly. So we'll see in the next session. We will continue the next session from here, chargeback transactions, because we have completed the transactions with memo lines, and then we'll continue to apply this reversal receipts in the application. So thank you for joining us, and you will understand it. Thank you.